Are you still in doubt as to the effectiveness of a biodigester and to the extent that you consider constructing a septic tank? I have a proposal for you. I'm Jerry, a biodegradable biodigester consultant, sustainable waste management advocate since 2016. I have constructed over 1,000 biodigesters and I've been documenting my journey over the years. If you are new, you can subscribe and be part of a growing community of biodigester lovers right here in Ghana. Let's go into the video now. So sometimes you are interested in constructing a biodigester, but you doubt the efficacy and whether it's a system that is really going to help you as has been labeled all along. And also because of the fact that others might have done it and then they had doubt first and their doubts were confirmed when they did the digester, it didn't help them at all. And then most of them probably might have come back to their septic system. So occasionally I do get calls or people who just want to know my honest opinion about whether they should do a digester or they should do a septic tank. And so some few key questions that I ask them, and then I also tell them there's nothing wrong with septic tank as far as your ground is good and then you can dig, because the key difference is that the septic system is a holding tank, and as such, the bigger the space or the bigger the depth, the better it is for you to last longer. So what I've also come to tell some of the new homeowners is that the problem is when we quote the prices of the biodigester for you, most of them say, oh, it's expensive. Hey, why should a digester cost this? But you are willing to spend 3 or 4 times that amount for a septic system that you have to dislodge at a point in time, right? So now most of the people, my proposal to them is, if you truly want an effective system that works, and then you want to sleep and sleep well, you want to have that peace of mind, extra peace of mind that you had always dreamt of, then this is my proposal to you. I can combine the advantages of a septic tank together with the environmental cleanliness or the good side of a biodigester, and then just get you a bioseptic tank. A bioseptic tank that you can use that will give you the assurance that we have a toilet waste management system that lasts you longer and at the same time is doing the work that it's supposed to do. And then you're also having that peace of mind truly that you need, because you do have some doubts in your head whether this actually works for you. And this is the combination that I've come up with. The reason why most septic tanks do not work is because there's water in the ground, one, and then you cannot dig that deep. So you are forced to just do the tank at the surface without having to dig too much, because water table is very high. You dig 4 or 5 feet, then you meet water in the ground. So that's where the biodigester come in. So your biodigester can go 4 or 5 feet depth, right? And then the reason why the septic also work is because most of the time you do attach a traditional soakaway to it. So you have a holding tank one, you have a holding tank two, and then you have the overflow into a traditional soakaway where the solid settles at the base and then water goes into the soakaway so that you can sip around the earth surface, right? Okay. So we are doing a digester, and then this time we are doing a traditional soakaway just for that same purpose. But then we are actually expanding the biodigester so that it becomes a bigger holding tank. Just that we are rapidly draining the wastewater out. Immediately we flush it so that that water goes into the soakaway for it to soak. And then biodegradation as well happens at what? At the same time. That's my understanding, and that's the the understanding that I want to have, or that's the new technology that I bring to some of my clients now. So I tell them, let's spend money. Don't look at it as if you're only doing a biodigester. Look at it as if you are combining a biodigester with a septic system, and you are getting the best of both worlds to make sure that your waste management happens and happens correctly for you. And this mostly is what I have done for a few properties here in Accra, especially the bigger properties that I've done at East Legon. I have combined the biodigester with the septic system, and then either I drop the wastewater, filtered wastewater, into the gutter, or I do create a bigger soak away for the wastewater. Because most of the buildings have 4 stories and the apartments, and then at the peak use, you are looking at having a lot of water passing through the digester. And in that case, your standard commercial digesters that we do propose for you might not work, because probably you are doing it for church, you are doing it for school, and at a point in time, there's vacation or there are weekdays, there are no church services. The services actually happens on Sunday, and occasional evening services. So those digesters will do work when you combine them perfectly for those kind of facilities. But there are some facilities, like the commercial facilities, where people are staying in 247, and at the same time, they do have offices at the base, they do have restaurants, they have pharmacies, 24-hour pharmacies that are also running in those same facilities, and people are staying at the top because the apartment, the Airbnbs. You actually need to plan the digesters well and have them done to properly work for them without a problem. And that's exactly the kind of technology I have come up with, and I do call them the biodigester septic tanks. This is a channel dedicated to the construction of biodigesters, and for those who are interested in how biodigesters work. The next video showing up on this channel will further explain to you how to construct a biodigester and possibly how to construct a septic tank for your dream house.